Okay, by now you already know what the Lexus GX550 costs. You know what it costs, but many people want to know what's the deal with all these different trims with the Lexus GX550. One of our subscribers, Angel Mardina, wants to know why Lexus doesn't include all the off-road features on their various trims of Lexus GX550. And that's a good question because they certainly don't. Only the top tier Lexus GX550 Overtrail Plus has all the latest and greatest Toyota and Lexus off-road technologies, particularly EKD-SS, AVS, and MTS, and also turn assist. Now, only the Overtrail Plus has that, and the other trims, the premium and the luxury, etc., they don't have a lot of that stuff. And he wants to know why. Why don't they just include them on all trims? And the answer is quite simple. Lexus knows full and darn well that most people aren't going to off-road their Lexus GX550. These Lexus GXs, like the one next to me, have been out forever. They're ubiquitous on-road, getting groceries and going to the soccer matches. They're everywhere. There's nothing special about the GX. It's a dime a dozen mass-produced car, and Toyota is well aware that most people aren't going to ever take it off-road. So you can see where I'm going at here. Toyota knows that since you're not going to take it off-road, or at least most people aren't going to take it off-road, they're not going to give you the off-road features in most trims of the Lexus GX550. So they know most buyers are going to go into the GX550 dealer and they're either going to get a premium, which is the base now, the base GX550, or they're going to get one of the luxury trims, which is, you know, the middle grade Lexus GX550, and they're going to drive out happy and they're never ever going to take it off-road. These cars, you know, they can talk through the network and they know how many times people have put it in 4-low or locked their center differential or have actuated or triggered ATRAC. All this data is stored and it gets back to Toyota somehow, some way. We know that, right? And they've looked at the data and they realize that nobody takes these cars off-road, generally speaking. Now, of course, people do take them off-road, but you get what I'm saying. The majority is going to stay on-road. So Lexus this time around is not throwing it all at you. In the past, if you bought a Land Cruiser, an LX, or a GX, they threw it all at you. They threw most of the off-road stuff at you. But they realized people just drive it on the street and they're happy with it that way. And it's no judgment against those people. That's great. But Lexus and Toyota are in it for the profit, obviously. So if they don't have to add junk, not that it's junk, but if they don't need to add off-road features that you're not going to miss anyway and can still get a sale, that's what they're going to do to maximize their profit. Now, there's a flip side to that, and it's good for you or the consumer, and that is if you're never going to take your car off-road, then you're not going to miss those features, and that's what we're going to kind of get in today. Which trim should you get? Should you get the premium, the luxury, or the Overtrail? Okay, let's forget the pluses and all that stuff for a second. There's 3 trims, okay? Regular, medium, and deluxe, whatever, right? So which one should you get? And it comes down, you can already guess, to what you're honestly going to do with your Lexus GX550. Are you in this camp that you know full well you're never going to go off-road with it? If that's the case, go ahead and get a premium or a luxury, and you're going to be A-okay. You're not going to go off-road, are you? So none of that extra stuff matters. And you'll save a few bucks because the prices, of course, will be cheaper. Now over here on this end, you've got the Overtrail Plus, and that comes with your EKD-SS and your AVS and your turn assist and your MTS, all those off-road goodies and your multi-terrain monitor, etc. If you're going to off-road, then you're certainly going to want to get the Overtrail Plus. Incidentally, the car or vehicle upon which the GX550 is based on, the Land Cruiser 300, it's also segmented in class like that in the world market. Only the Land Cruiser 300 GR Sport gets all the, quote, off-road goodies. The other trims of Land Cruiser 300 in the world market are trimmed out pretty much like this Lexus GX550 is. Why? Same reason. They know in the world market the same thing goes on. People get Land Cruisers, they keep them on the road, and they don't go off-road. So this comes down to a personal choice. Obviously, if you like the over trail and you're never going to go off-road and you just like it, get what you want. But practically and pragmatically speaking, it could be seen as a win-win if you know you're never really going to go off-road. But to answer the question, why didn't Toyota throw in all the off-road goodies? Marketing, market research. They realize people aren't using this stuff anyway, so why throw it in? Why jack up the price if they're honestly never, ever, ever going to use it? In its base form, in its, quote, lower trims, it is still absolutely one of the best on-road SUVs you can get, primarily due to the full-time four-wheel drive system that the Lexus GX550 has. That four-wheel drive, that full-time four-wheel drive system uses a Torsen C-type center differential that's unique to the GX, the Land Cruiser, the LX, and the LS sedan. That gives you four wheels moving all the time with a limited slip Torsen in the middle. What that means is you get true four-wheel drive on-road all the time, not a slip and grip system that most manufacturers use, which reacts to a problem. But no, this is a true four wheels going all the time four-wheel drive system. The full-time four-wheel drive system in your GX550 and your base trims is for on-road use. It will give you the maximum grip in regular conditions, snow, rain, sleet, hail, whatever. It's an absolutely safe and grippy system that pretty much has no competition. So that's where most people are going to keep their cars, their GXs anyway, on road, and you're good to go. You don't need anything else. But if you are going to go off-road and you want to know why did Lexus put it all over here in the Over-Trail Plus, because they know there's those two groups. Most people don't care about the off-road stuff. And then over here on the other extreme, you got fanboys and girls like me and you that that want all the off-road stuff and are going to go off-road. And they know that those people will be willing to pay the extra premium for those extra off-road things. So I think, honestly, Toyota did a good job creating these different price points by saying, hey, if you don't want it, you don't need to get it. We're not going to throw everything at you in the past. Instead, we're going to do this to take care of one of the #1 complaints about the Land Cruiser series, which is they're too expensive. Blah. And they can be seen by too expensive by Americans or people in general who don't off-road. People always go, why is the Land Cruiser so expensive? Why is the GXL, why is it so expensive? Because it has a bunch of stuff that you're never going to use anyway, and you don't realize how good it is, and you can't really get through to anybody who's not really going to off-road about why that stuff jacks up the price. So Toyota's fixed that by going, hey, the price is cheaper now. The new Land Cruiser 250 coming out, which is all based on this TNGA platform that the GX550 is based upon. You can get it in all sorts of little base trims that don't have all the extra stuff that you don't, people may not appreciate anyway. So it lowers the price. That's what I'm trying to ramble out here. And it takes care of that #1 complaint that people have had for decades. A Land Cruiser is overpriced. Why would I pay that much for a Toyota? Blah, blah, blah. The majority of people said that because they don't understand that it's actually an off-road vehicle and it's meant for off-roading. And then the nerds over here, the off-road nerds, are going to pay for the higher trims and they can get what they want too. So everybody's happy in this situation. To answer your question, Angel, if you want to off-road, pay for it. If you don't pay for it. It's as simple as that. The base vehicle, everything else, there's nothing missing that you're really going to feel indifferent about one way or the other. What I mean by that is, if the whatever trim you get is going to make you happy, if you're honest about what makes you happy. All right, if you found this video interesting or helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a great, great day.